Thank you, Nabia, Montega, and Jonathan. My name is Denise Lieberman, DenisLieberman. I'm a senior attorney with Advancement Project, a racial justice organization, and along with Michael McPherson, serve as the co-chair of the Don't Shoot Coalition. Don't Shoot is a coalition of several dozen local organizations formed in response to the police shooting death of Michael Brown last year. We call on police to exercise restraint and practice tactics of de-escalation in the days ahead. Unfortunately, we have seen too often what happens when police fail to use de-escalation and escalate situations that are otherwise manageable. We know that restraint can ensure that people are able to successfully exercise their constitutional rights in the days ahead. Don't Shoot has had conversations with police in St. Louis City, St. Louis County, Ferguson, and a number of other North St. Louis County municipalities to urge police to adhere to the rules of engagement Don't Shoot released last fall in advance of Ferguson October. We call particular attention today to police interactions with youth. And remember that for many of these young people out on the streets, this may be their first exposure to civic engagement and participation in actions to improve conditions in their community. These young people, the young people who had the courage to step up and speak out when the rest of us didn't, these young people who stood in the streets to say no more to violence at the hands of police. We must protect their constitutional rights to speak out in this commemoration ahead. Police should approach youth with respect and restraint and view youth protest as a teachable moment when young people can express their views and exercise their constitutional rights. We also make note that as of August 1st, as a result of a court settlement in response to police overreach, police departments in St. Louis City, St. Louis County, and the Missouri State Highway Patrol now all have policies in place limiting the use of chemical agents in street demonstrations, and we demand that those policies be adhered to. Too often we've seen manageable situations escalate, and that is unnecessary and won't be tolerated. There has been too much violence and too much bloodshed. We need to allow youth and all people to express themselves peacefully. Police should not single out individuals and take them aside. We need to show respect to our youth and allow them to discuss their concerns and vent the anger and the rage that have brought us here. Police should show up in plain clothes, not escalate situations, do not appear in riot gear, and understand that treating people with humiliation and disrespect will only cause the same in return. Remember that live streamers and observers have constitutional rights to be on the streets to observe and document the historic activities ahead. And finally, let's remember the time-honored tradition that protest and demonstration have had, indeed have always had, in building a better society and better community. That has been the only thing in this nation that has driven us to social progress. Let's uphold that promise in the days ahead, knowing that united, we will come together to address the issues. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Denise. Our final speaker today will be Reverend Sekou from the Fellowship of Reconciliation.